Jetzt stehe ich hier auf der Messe in der 5.1 mit einer Legende, das ist nämlich Mr. Malcolm Toft neben mir. Unzählige Firmen hat er aufgebaut und sehr viel schon gemacht. Und mit etwas, was vielleicht eine Legende werden kann und was uns brennend heiß interessiert hat, nämlich der neuen 500er Modulkonsole, The Arc. Malcolm, you are here to show us your new baby.
Console, the Ocean Audio Arc 516. The unique thing about the Arc 516 is the fact that it will accept up to 40 500 series modules. We've basically designed a console that will support the 500 series system. So what we provided here is the infrastructure to use any combination of 500 series modules. So looking at the channel input, we have 2 rows. So this could be your microphone preamplifier, and this could be your equalizer, or it could be a compressor, it could be anything you want to put in there. Everything appears on the back of the console on D-subs in groups of 8, and everything can be flexibly routed to anywhere you want. So looking back at what we provide, on every channel we have a line input with its own level control. We can select either the balanced line input to this module or an external input, which can be any one of these rows of modules. So you could, for example, come into the equalizer, into the mic preamplifier, and out of the mic preamplifier into the external input. There is also on every channel an equalizer or insert point. So you could take the insert point and put that through your EQ exactly the same way as in a normal console, and then come back into the signal chain. And from there we provide routing to up to 8 group buses plus a stereo left and right. We have, as I said, the external input, and we have a switch here which is the metering switch. As you can see, we have 16 meters with the 16 channels. When the switch is up, those meters read the direct output from the channel. So if you were using this as an inline console, that would feed your DAW or multi-track tape machine, and you would see the signal level balanced post-fade. If we then select return, because on every channel we have a separate dedicated monitor section, when we hit return, the meters now read what is going to the return section. So if I was using this to go directly to a DAW and back out, I'd send the direct output to the DAW. The output from the DAW would come back through the monitor section, so I can listen and play back what I've recorded. And of course the metering will then follow what I've recorded and what I've played back. So that makes it very flexible. We have 6 auxiliary sends, 4 mono and 1 stereo pair. We have a monitor section, as I've said, with a level control, pan control, solo control, monitor mute. But we can also select auxiliary 1 to be on the monitor section and auxiliary 5 and 6. So we can steal those from the channel and put those onto the monitors. So now if I'm tracking with this, I can send a headphone feed, I can send reverb to the artist or whatever. So we have a true inline facility. So it makes the console very flexible. What that also does is on mixdown, we now have 32 inputs balanced. So by using the monitor level here and the fader here, we can feed 32 channels into the stereo mix. So a very flexible system.
And a word on the serviceability, please.
Serviceability, well, it's a fully modular system. Everything is in individual channel strips. It's all standard integrated circuits. There's no surface mount. All of the op amps plug in. All of the switches are replaceable. So this console will be serviceable as long as components are still made. So that's one important aspect of it. On this section of the console, we also have a split section. So not only do we have the inline ability here, but we have a split section as well. So we have the 8 groups feeding to the masters here. And again, on the monitor section, we have our 6 auxiliary sends. We have panning for the monitoring, and we have a monitor level control. We also have solo, fader reverse. So now we can monitor on this, and this could be our subgroup output. And our tape returns or outputs from DAW can also appear here. We have 16 balanced inputs, and we simply hit the replay button, and now this monitors what's coming back. Very clever function is this master meter switch. When I press the master meter switch, all of those meters move from the inputs and come over to the monitor section. So now meters 1 through 8 read the group outputs 1 through 8, and meters 9 through 16 read the monitoring of 9 through 16. So when I'm doing a mix, I can monitor what's coming back. So complete flexibility is how you use the console, either as inline or split. So with this section here gives us another 16 inputs. So we have 48 balanced inputs all to the stereo mix. And of course we have a very comprehensive master section. We have 2 alternate monitor speakers. We have studio playback, where you can listen to auxiliary 1, auxiliary 5 and 6, or a 2-track return, or they can hear what's going on in your control room mix. We have full talk back to the auxiliaries, which we can pre-select which auxiliaries we talk to. We can talk to the groups, we can talk to the studio. We have auto muting, so on every channel we can pre-program any number of channels and then hit the auto mute, and that will pre-mute any number of input channels. And of course, going back to the channel, we have that auto mute, we have solo in place, we have after fade listen, pre-fade listen as well, and of course a channel mute. So it's a very fully featured console in a small footprint.
Ihr habt gesehen, ne? Das hier ist 500er Module. Ich kann mir jetzt also wirklich alle Module kaufen, die ich brauche, wie ich in Konfigurationen, wie ich die gerne haben möchte, und habe ein analoges Pult, was, das finde ich, deswegen habe ich gefragt, wirklich der wichtige Punkt ist, was sehr gut servicebar ist. Das heißt, alles ist, gibt keine SMD-Bauteile oder sonst irgendwas Integriertes. Das kann ich alles im Lötkolben reparieren. Ja, und das auch noch in 20, 30 Jahren. Have you got a price point for that?
Yes, this is going to sell in Europe for 13,500 euros. That's the plus VAT, yes, and that is without the 500 series modules. But of course that's the whole point, that you can be flexible and put your own 500 series modules in. If you wanted a console from us with all our modules, then for about another 2,000 euros we're going to do a combined 16 channels of mic preamp and 3-band EQ. But the whole point is to have the flexibility and make the console sound like whatever you want it to.
And when will it be available?
We've already got orders for it, and we'll be shipping in 8-10 weeks.
Is there an expansion bay as well?
Yes, we have a 16-way expander. There's
Which you can
expander cable on the back, and you can put the expander here or you can put the expander there.
Just one expander or two possible?
Yeah, well, it's 16 channels.
All right.
So that gives you, 64, 72, 64 gives you 80 inputs. So that should be enough for most people.
Should be.
Yeah.
Welcome Toft. Thank you very much.